It's hard not to drink when the urge overtakes you. Sometimes the urge to drink is so powerful that it's almost like controls your mind, and it controls every aspect of your body, and it takes over. And you just are left with almost no choice but to drink. That's the way it feels, at least. That was certainly the case for me. Sometimes the urge to drink was so intense and so powerful that I couldn't resist. So I would just drink. And this was a pattern that went on for years and years and years. I would just drink whenever, and the urges to drink were pretty much daily, at least towards the end of my drinking. So if you experience that and you're looking for ways to overcome the urge, if you want to stop drinking, if you want to get sober, or if you just want to slow things down a little bit, which is a noble goal, by the way. Maybe you're not ready to get completely sober. Maybe you just want to get a little bit of a handle on your drinking. There's something you can do, and I want to talk about that. There's something you can do to address the urges, to recognize those urges and overcome them, and try not to drink, at least for a while. It may not work perfectly every time, but it's a good start. By the way, if you get a chance to subscribe to this channel, I would really appreciate it. It helps me get the word out. This channel is definitely starting to get some recognition out there, and it seems to be helping some people, and that's really important to me. It feels really good to be able to help anybody who's looking for a way to stop drinking or to slow down their drinking. So if you could subscribe, it would be awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, so if you want to get a handle on these urges to drink, the most important thing you can do is, first and foremost, recognize the triggers that are prompting you to reach for a drink, okay? For me, there was a lot of urges. There was a lot of triggers. There was a lot of reasons why I wanted to drink every day. A big trigger for me was boredom. Another trigger was anxiety. Another trigger was depression. But boredom was a huge one for me, and loneliness too. At the time that I was still drinking, I was very lonely. But boredom I'll just use that as an example. Boredom was a huge trigger for me. So maybe that's a trigger for you. So if you can begin to start watching the patterns of your drinking. So let's say, it's Thursday night and you have this uncontrollable urge to drink. Try and recognize what is leading you towards that trigger. Is it boredom? Is it anxiety? Is it stress from work? Is it stress from your family? Try and figure out what the trigger is. Once you can recognize that trigger, you're in really good position to not drink, okay? Why? Because if you can recognize the trigger, let's say it's boredom, then you just replace that trigger with something positive that will hold off the drinking, which will at least postpone the drinking that you're planning on doing or have the urge to do, okay? So let's say, like me, you have a tendency to get bored or you fear boredom. So once you recognize that, you're halfway there. All you have to do is figure out a way to replace the boredom with some kind of healthy activity. Doesn't matter what it is. Exercise is a big one that I always emphasize to people. You can spend time with your family, take the dog for a walk, take up a hobby, learn how to play guitar. I don't care what it is. Watch a great movie. Do something that's positive for you, that makes you feel good, that can replace picking up that first drink, okay? If you can avoid picking up that first drink, you're halfway there. So all you need to do when the urge becomes uncontrollable is just start recognizing and even noting down. It's good to take notes on these kind of things. Recognize what the triggers are that lead you to drinking. And once you recognize the triggers, you can replace those triggers with something healthy and positive. All right. Now, I know it's not a sure-proof way of giving up alcohol or slowing it down, but it can be a big, big help. Okay. So I just want to throw that out here. Okay. So one of the things you can do if you want to avoid drinking on a given night, or if you want to stop drinking, is first and foremost, start recognizing the patterns, the triggers, okay? Start writing this down, every day. Just kind of keep track. I have the urge to drink now, and try and ask yourself why. Why do you have this urge to drink so badly right now? Is it boredom? Is it anxiety? Is it stress? Is it fear? Whatever it may be. And then once you recognize that, try and figure out a way to replace that trigger with something positive for yourself that will replace the overwhelming urge to drink, okay? So give that a try. It's easier said than done. I get it. I know. But it's a good start on the road to recovery, or at least trying to slow down how much you're drinking, okay? So if you have a tendency to drink during the week, on the work week, and you want to avoid hangovers, or whatever the case may be, start implementing this simple little plan. Recognize the triggers, replace the triggers with positive activities instead of the drinking, okay? So give that a try. If you have any comments, if you have any suggestions, it could help all of us to learn. If you have suggestions, we'd love to hear it. Also, if you get a chance to subscribe to this channel, I'd really appreciate it. And with that, have a nice day.